plastic surgery has been around since 800 BC, before BBLs and lip fillers took over the world. Although it is a subject some may never admit to, there are celebrities who have actually come clean about the procedures plus their reasoning of undoing it all. Hello everyone, I'm Melanie with InformOverload, and we are going to be uncovering our top 10 celebrities that reversed their botched plastic surgery. Before we begin, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And for our number 10, we have Courtney Cox. On an appearance of the Los Angeles podcast, this Friends star reflected on her own procedures and her reasonings on why she decided to get her fillers dissolved. She spoke about how once you get fillers and you look at yourself in the mirror, you believe it looks good without realizing what it looks like from an outside person, before adding how you don't notice it looks off, so you keep getting more and more done because you look normal to yourself. But now she's grateful that fillers are removable, as she admitted that she thinks she messed up a lot, but now luckily she was able to reverse most of that, and now she's actually just older. She has also confirmed she had all her facial fillers dissolved in 2017 and now is rocking her own natural beauty. And for our number 9, we have Cowell. Imagine seeing a photo of yourself but having to do a double take after you couldn't even recognize you, because that is exactly what happened to Cowell. He attempted to appear younger, which resulted in him getting Botox and ultimately didn't get the reaction probably thought he would have. According to The Sun, who spoke to Simon, and a cosmetic doctor, Dr. Naila Raja, mentioned how she suspects Simon's falling complexion was a result of too much Botox and weight loss. But after not recognizing his own face, he began to realize he may have gone a bit too far, and even mentioned how the procedure made him look like something out of a horror film. And since then, he has gotten his fillers removed. Yep, that's right, all the filler in his face. He now just gets facials, but even admitted he went too far once upon a time, as she shares he once hired a girl to put oils on his face, wrap it in plastic wrap and tinfoil, then locked him in a tube for an hour in his own home while she discussed what she liked and disliked about his shows. And another time, he even received a sheep placenta facial, which he even admitted was quite out there. Plus, he even tried a detoxing machine, which he said looked like something out of Doctor Who, as it was like a spaceship landed in his bedroom. And the man who locked him in it for 90 full minutes pitched him TV shows, but now he focuses on working out and taking care of himself instead of filling his face up. And for number 8, we have Yolanda Hadid. This supermodel, who also has supermodel kids as well, which of course include Gigi and Bella, revealed in 2019 she has chosen to remove every single cosmetic procedure she has ever done, and this included breast implants, fillers, Botox, extensions, and everything else. Yolanda described how she thought she needed to keep up with what society conditioned her to believe how a beautiful woman should look like, until all the toxicity almost ended her life. She stated, "Beauty has no meaning without your health," and she ultimately chose to reverse her procedures because of her ongoing battle to defeat the effects of Lyme disease. In 2015, her breast implants were actually removed after discovering they were ruptured and leaking into her chest cavity, and this made her symptoms from the condition and infectious diseases caused by bacteria named Borrelia, which is spread by ticks. She urges others to make sure they're making educated decisions and do lots of research before putting anything foreign in your body. And for number 7, we have Cardi B. Back in 2022, she discussed how she removed 95% of her biopolymers, which she discussed before was illegally given to her in a girl's basement back in 2014 for $800. And these injections were silicone for her rear end, and even gave advice for the public, as she said that if you're young like 19, 20, or 21 and believe you're too skinny to have any fat to be transferred elsewhere and result in these injections, Cardi says don't. She also talked about her insecurities growing up in the Bronx, New York, and everyone was thick and young boys would poke fun at her body, which made her feel ugly and underdeveloped. Although she isn't reversing all her surgeries, she definitely is over her behind and leaving that, well, behind her. And for number 6, we have Sharon Osbourne. This TV personality, music manager, and author admitted she ultimately gave up on plastic surgery after a failed procedure back in 2021. She received a facelift, which left her one eye lower than the other, and even admitted this put her off and frightened her. She told The Sun, "I really pushed it with the last facelift, and I am now like, no more. Time is against me, I cannot have another facelift." And she also spoke about her facelift with Sunday Times, where she described herself looking like a mummy as they wrapped her with bandages and how it hurt a lot. Sharon has also added that the 5.5-hour procedure was not worth the time or money, and she even recalls telling the surgeon, "You've gotta be effing joking," when she first saw the results. And her husband, Ozzy Osbourne, told her, "I don't care how much it costs, we'll get it redone." But it seems like that may not be necessary, because after 7 months, she says her facelift is finally settling and likes her new look. So not a surgical reverse, but it seems like her face is slowly reversing on its own, so I guess it's a win-win. And at number 5, we have Chrissy Teigen. This former model who married John Legend first got breast implants when she was just 20 years old because she thought it would look better in photos. But ever since she had kids, they filled up with milk and then deflated. And that wasn't the only issue, because she wanted to be able to zip up dresses in her size, lay on her belly with pure comfort, which ultimately left her with her decision to remove them. And this isn't uncommon, as breast implants are recommended to be either removed or exchanged every 10 to 15 years, and she was 34 when she decided to get them removed, which meant she was perfectly at that window. And the main reason for her removal was for her to feel comfort once again. And at number 4, we have Blac Chyna. Her real name is Angela White, and many know her for being Nicki Minaj's double in Kanye's music video Monster back in 2010, and of course being the mother to Dream Kardashian, who she shares with Robert Kardashian. While she was younger, she wanted to fit in and look like the it girls, which resulted in her getting procedures to fit the standards at the time. But recently, she has been on a journey to undo her procedures, as she admitted herself the alter ego that made her famous caused her to lose her true self, and now has even began focusing on her health. Got baptized and even earned a doctoral degree in liberal arts from Seminary College. And when she discusses why she has chosen to reverse a lot of her procedures, she shares how ever since she began to slim down, her features began to come out, including her cheekbones. And with the filler she previously received, and now that she's becoming slimmer, it all started to protrude now that her face was becoming slimmer. And she faced the same issue with her body, and she wasn't happy with how she looked. She got her dermal fillers dissolved, removed 7 rounds of butt injections that were illegal, and reduced her breast implants. But just a few days ago, she posted on Instagram about how she wanted to fully take out her implants because she's tired of the fake look, and admitted that it was too big for her body and frame, and generally didn't fit her person anymore. And she actually faced complications after her doctor recommended going smaller and smaller rather than all at once, and on the left side, the muscle contracted around the implant, making it very painful. And for number 3, we have Melanie Griffith. This actor and mother of Dakota Johnson first had cosmetic procedures in hopes of keeping her looking young, which ultimately led her to having more and more fillers and injections to plump up her lips and smooth out her wrinkles. She actually believed there was nothing wrong with her new look until she read so many negative comments about her look and decided to get her injections and fillers dissolved. And in an interview with Porter magazine, she talked about getting injections and the removal process, which has taken her more than 3 years to get it all dissolved. She admitted she didn't notice how her face looked to others until she read comments from what other people had asked what she's done with her face. Melanie was hurt and went to a different doctor, and that's when he dissolved all the filler another doctor originally put in, and now admits it was awful. And many referenced her lips as trout pout, which she believes was caused by an allergic reaction she had with the substance being used, which caused her lips to balloon up. And for number 2, we have Mickey Rourke. This former professional boxer and actor faced a ton of injuries while boxing, which included breaking his nose twice, snapped his cheekbones, and even damaged his ribs and toes. He was advised to quit the sport or sustain potentially permanent brain damage. And in 1990, his film Wild Orchid sparked comments about his cheeks being visibly swollen. And later in 2009, he admitted this was due to botched plastic surgery, as most of it was an attempt to mend his face because of boxing. But he explained he went to the wrong guy to put his face back together, so he would continue procedures to try and fix his first procedure. And aesthetic doctor and hair transplant surgeon Hala El-Ghamdi talked to the Mirror about how the possible causes to Mickey's face, which she believes was overdone and messed up the ratios. Plus, she says it's easy to overdo Botox, and there are no lines on his forehead. Although he has attempted to reverse his botched surgery, it is still not exactly how it used to be, but as long as he's gaining confidence and becoming happier with himself, then that's all that matters. And for our number 1 spot, of course, we have the Kardashians. Although they have never admitted to getting a BBL, it has been quite obvious that their previous rear ends were anything but natural. Although their bodies have been kept a hot topic, it became an even hotter topic after Kim posed for the cover of Paper magazine in 2014, where she popped a bottle of champagne while balancing a glass on her rear end, and it became so famous that it was even rumored she insured her backside for over $21 million. But within recent years, many have compared her old rear end to her new one, as it seems it has been slowly decreasing in size. One source, who is apparently close with the star, says that she simply stopped getting her BBLs topped off, as she used to have the procedures frequently, but now has ultimately stopped receiving BBLs and has let it slowly reduce as she loses weight. And it wasn't only Kim who has apparently stopped receiving the procedure, as Khloe has also been photographed with a drastic difference in proportions as compared to the years prior. The sisters have been criticized for their gym workout videos, as many believe their forms reveal how their glutes were definitely not built from lifting weights, but rather injected by their own fat. However, this is all speculation. The photos comparing the years prior to now should be enough for you to make a decision if they really did reverse their BBL or not. And at the time, their rear ends caused huge media frenzies, especially in 2015, when many thought it was too obvious and fake. But for the younger and more impressionable audience, it got a lot of attention for them to try and achieve this look by working out, as they simply thought that's what the sisters did to achieve their looks. And even to this day, they still haven't admitted to getting a BBL, but their sister Kylie has recently revealed she did get her breasts done and does regret it. Which celebrity do you think we left out of our list, and do you think with more natural trends setting in, it has caused celebrities to change their appearances to match current trends? I would love to hear all your opinions and thoughts down below, and if you made it this far, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!